WGN investigates a dangerous trend returning to Chicago as warmer weather arrives. Local officials are on alert for street takeovers.
WGN's Dana Rebick reports on the latest numbers, including exclusive new video.
It was mass chaos.
He could have lost control and went right into the crowd and plowed down, 10, 15 people.
These are inherently dangerous events. We've seen fatalities involved in them. As the weather warms up, we know the next one is coming.
As summer approaches, street takeovers are popping up again in Chicago, where cars congregate at various intersections across the city, doing donuts or drifting, as large groups of spectators form a circle around or in the middle of the vehicles.
I've gone through Lower Wacker before, and I've seen that, I've tried driving through those before, but never here in Lincoln Park before, so that's a first.
Just last month at Fullerton and Cannon Drive near the Lincoln Park Zoo, a group of cars gathered, taking over that intersection.
I feel like I consider this area kind of quiet, and I don't know, not too often you see cars drag racing through the street, so yeah, definitely very surprising.
This video, obtained by WGN through a Freedom of Information request, shows a scene unfold on March 5th around 1:20 a.m. Stunt drivers start drifting, spinning donuts, then a caravan of cars and spectators join in, at one point pouring kerosene on the ground, lighting a ring of fire.
People often get struck as the vehicle spins, and it happens so fast, they think they could jump out of the way in time. They cannot.
One of those pedestrians hit also had his pants set on fire. Chicago police did respond using stop sticks to disable several cars, arresting 2 people at the scene for reckless driving.
But they started shooting, and next thing I know, I see people laying on the ground, so I just ran.
There were shots fired, Archer and Kedzie.
We have seen takeover events end much worse. In October 2022, 5 people were shot and 3 killed at a street takeover in Brighton Park. Just 2 months before that, Chicago police came under attack, trying to break up a gathering at Cermak and the Chicago River.
They were assaulted with bricks and bottles, and several squad car windows were damaged. Attacks such as these are unacceptable.
On May 5th of last year, 20-year-old Guillermo Caballero was killed at a drifting event in Gage Park near the corner of 59th and Western. His family believes he was trying to get home through the crowded intersection when he was shot multiple times through his windshield.
If you're just trying to get about your business and you wind up inadvertently caught up in one of these things, it can be terrifying.
We have to say enough. We know our officers are doing their best, but you cannot ask 4 officers to come to an event where there are literally 200 people in cars with weapons acting like fools in the city of Chicago.
There has been a push to crack down on street takeovers like these, as the rise in popularity has put lives at risk.
There's organizations that are offering prize money now, and people get likes and views on YouTube. So it's really starting to build an audience, and it has to stop. We can't allow this to continue.
2 years ago, the city installed speed bumps and barricades at Lower Columbus Drive and South Water Street to prevent drifting takeovers there. And in July 2022, City Council passed an ordinance that allows Chicago police to impound vehicles involved in these events and impose a $5,000 to $10,000 fine. Chicago police also created a street takeover task force.
I would like to see every possible piece of equipment, technology that's going to help our officers do their jobs more efficiently.
Using drones to identify cars and assembling a team monitoring social media to try to get one step ahead, but that work is challenging.
Occasionally, the organizers will take steps to conceal their plans and to have password access on social media sites, or to use apps like Signal or WhatsApp where there's a group chat that we don't have access to as a city, so they catch us off guard.
There's social media out there. Our young kids can always get caught up in social media and end up doing something that could ruin the rest of their lives. And we've seen in certain situations where kids, because of things on social media, have lost their lives.
In cases like the takeover in Lincoln Park, arrests are made, but offenders are charged with misdemeanors. Some city aldermen would also like to see those charges elevated.
I would argue that participating in a dangerous act like this should rise to the level of felony, and I'd like to see aggressive prosecution to put the word out there that this will not be tolerated.
Dana Reddick, WGN News.
We reached out to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office, a spokesperson saying in part, when the evidence warrants criminal charges, offenders are typically charged with reckless driving or reckless conduct, which is a misdemeanor under state law unless it results in great bodily harm or death to an individual or individuals. The CCSAO has not been asked to review any felony charges related to street takeovers so far in 2025. That spokesperson says it's actively exploring expanding available charges to include arson when fires are set in the street. Arson is a felony.